So I don't know if there's anybody out there who has ever had to go through some kind of chemo with your pet, cancer, but I think when you're thinking about like saving your pet because they're like a family member, it's like you don't really think about all the work that goes into it. And not that I wouldn't do it, and not that I, despise it or anything. It's so much more than I think we really thought about. So we're on the 4th week of treatment, and then this is where we'll know if it's working or not. But then they're quick to throw in this is the most treatable form, and then they're going to check this one organ, which is where they were more concerned about. So today they said this was the strongest chemo they recommend for lymphoma B. So we're like, okay. So then in 2 weeks she'll go back, she'll get an ultrasound. We'll see if that one organ, they said this should be the one that would put her in remission. If not, then they're like, you think, okay, so then when do you know it's right to be like, okay, this is enough for my pet, right? And it's really difficult because it's just not my pet. I share her with someone. So it's not just my feelings going into it. I've tried to be very supportive through this whole thing. And so I think sometimes it helps to make these videos to get these thoughts out of my mind. Because one thing I didn't even think about, so besides the aspect of the care level and everything that's needed, her taste buds have changed. So I thought it was interesting. Like 2 weeks ago, she was very much into like, she wanted like Caesar's rib beef, like anything that had beef or like a rib flavor, and gravy and salt. Then she was into chicken Perdue strips. Like she was eating them like they were nothing. And now this week she was more into like salt. She wants ham steak and or even like lunch meat ham. She wants all kinds of stuff. And like sometimes I'm like, no, it's not healthy. But then I'm like, well, she's got cancer, so does it even matter? Like if this doesn't work, I want her to enjoy what time she has left. They told me that she's not suffering, so I keep going by that because they say they would know. So we're like, okay, there's that. And it's just, when do you know when enough is enough? I don't know, especially when you have to make a decision with a partner. It's not just your own decision, and you're sharing this pet with someone else who is just as invested as you are. But trying to get her to eat, that's the most challenging. She is not hungry in the mornings. They said that's normal. I think one of the newest things I'd noticed was she doesn't talk as much now. So she used to be really, really vocal. She did kind of go in there blazing today before her treatment. She was yapping at everybody because she is a border collie mixed with a Pomeranian. But it's just been really difficult. I'm trying to juggle that. We have a sick person in our family. I have a child that doesn't want to drive. I say child, they're not really a child. They are able to drive if they want, but they don't want to drive. So I guess I can tell them to Uber or get a taxi or whatever the hell else is out there for options, because like I got too much on my plate. And I think the first couple nights, no matter what they do and no matter how well she's doing, because she's negative for the mutation, of which she will have really bad side effects, and that's great. But that's kind of where we're at right now. So we're 4 weeks in, and she'll do blood work and then the ultrasound, and then I guess we'll see where we go from here. But it's been really difficult. It's not even the aspect of the money and everything. It's like I always think about quality versus quantity. And right now, besides like when she gets the chemo, and she has off moments here and there, but other than that, and it's not that often, she's still pretty damn feisty and good. So I don't know, it's kind of hard, because some people say, you know what, it's just a fucking dog, it's just a fucking cat. Everybody's got their own opinions, everybody's different. But I'm an animal lover. This dog has been a part of my life, and we've shared her all these years. So it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep letting her fight. But I'm curious, because I hope if she has to go through this, that this is going to be the one that it's only going to put her in remission. If it were to come back, we're not doing this again. We will just say our goodbyes. But right now, because she's doing so well and she's so healthy, I think this is the right path that we're taking. So anyway, I don't know, for anybody who cares about puppers, just giving a quick little update about how she's doing. And maybe once she's in a good mood, I'll do some videos of her. But the saddest thing is she can't eat her apples because they taste really, so that when they're sweet, I'm imagining they taste bitter to her, and that breaks my heart because that was her favorite thing. And I just went out and bought her this big apple, cut it up. She took one bite and she just looked at me like, Mommy, what the heck? Because they don't know. I don't think they know what's going on. She knows when she goes there, they're going to do something to her. As soon as she got there, she didn't poop. She pooped in the car last time. This time I got her out and she pooped immediately outside like 4 times because she was so nervous. But I don't know, just if anybody's ever had a pet that they've gone through this with, I mean, just let me know. Drop a note below. It's difficult. It's mentally and physically exhausting, and I don't regret it, but just trying to do that and a job and a kid and we have a sick family member that had a stroke. I mean, it's just a lot on our plate. So just trying to take it minute by minute.